Yeah.
Everyone, welcome to New Moon Update. It's a new series of the Astrological Association. Well, hi, today we have Christina and Wendy. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
A bit slow. I think that's because Mercury square Saturn or something. I don't know. I have to tell everyone a joke. We were supposed to live streaming, and I just realized that we are because our YouTube account is totally new one. So they just want to make sure we are not a criminal or doing something weird, freaky. So they just stop us doing live streaming for another month. But we are working on it. So hope next time we can really do the live streaming. But that was a very funny because I when I tried to pass that verification. And Christina just logged in. So she was so me doing this.
Yeah, and he didn't pay attention to me. So
Ah,
I'm really sorry. So, well,
new
new moon, right? We are going to focus on
new
new moon, right?
moon.
New moon, new moon. So,
Yeah,
Wendy,
it's an
so
interesting one.
yeah, I mean, a huge shock if you live in UK this morning, you wake up with a totally different dynamic.
Yes, yes. Well, it's a full-on new moon, isn't it? It's a
Definitely.
really, really, really active full-on new moon. And I mean, you only have to look at the news to see how, yeah, what's going on, the build up to it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mars Uranus, the new
definitely.
moon conjunct Mars and opposite Uranus. Yeah, it's quite crazy. It's pretty energetic, isn't it? It's
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely. Yes,
yeah.
I think it is Mars opposite Uranus what has been triggered because when the new moon happened, and that was quite interesting because this aspect is building up and then being triggered by the new moon, and I think it will become a signature of the this next lunation, and
Mm.
that means the whole month what we're going to feel would be like a little bit hectic, a little bit rush in, rush out.
Yeah, but crazy. Very, very
Yeah,
crazy. Really quite manic, I think. Yeah. I think what's
mm,
nice though is the trine to Neptune. It's wide, but it's
yeah,
applying and it is nice. So, I think it's yeah, people need to look for calm, look for zen, need to relax, need to imagine, tap into it is a bit like that, I think. Otherwise it's a bit it's
yeah. Do you have any experience for so far about this?
my,
Mars
myself
Uranus.
myself
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I mean, we were on a webinar and it just completely closed down. I think technology it's going to be
oh,
interesting. I don't think it's terrible or disastrous, but I think you'll see
Uh-huh.
that. And I mean, and also listening, I'm listening to that whole river of lava in Iceland.
Hmm.
We had this in 2010, and I just finished writing an article for OPA
Hmm.
because in 2010, when the last Jupiter Uranus conjunction happened, which is building for April, of
Hmm.
course, and you have this sort of little bit of a Uranian with the same Uranian energy now, we had the volcano in Iceland, and now they've got this
mm,
yeah, they've got towns evacuated because the lava is
Yeah.
already cracking. Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily earthquake based, it's something else. And I think Uranus and Taurus opposite that Mars Scorpio, it's yeah, it's all about the smoke and the lava, the
Yeah.
new moon in Scorpio conjunct Mars. Yeah, so that's what's interesting to me. And I think there's watching things like that. And of course, there's other things, of course, going on in the world which are not great.
Hmm.
um, the UK, of course, got a shuffle, a parliamentary shuffle today, which looks disastrous.
And it's so
Yeah,
interesting.
and again, Mars Uranus opposition. It's like, yeah, oh gosh. So I
I
think
have
the
to
whole,
say, I have to say, it is
yeah,
surprise because you see David
I
Cameron is
know.
back, and it's like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, you've got David Cameron coming back, and then you at the same time you're watching that live on BBC, and then the Trump court case is going on. It's
Yes,
like, oh
yes,
my God, what the
yeah.
world we live in. It's just, and this is bringing it to the surface. I think it's all just, you know, perhaps, but yeah, it looks a bit. But I do think there's some nice things too. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, there is the trine to Neptune, which you know, which I think is you know, and the trine is the resolution from that opposition as well. I think that trine to Neptune is quite beautiful. And yeah, I think we need to, you know, just yeah, bring some calm and zen into this, because I do think it's quite volatile energy otherwise, and I think people can feel quite anxious about it, really. Yeah,
definitely.
It's a nice time for meditation as well, and also manifesting our deepest desires, because the new moon is in Scorpio.
Yeah, and conjunct Mars, which is nice and motivating, and yeah.
Well, I heard about some astrologers say during the Mars Uranus any kind of aspect, it is quite good to cut something off. What do you think?
Yeah, get rid of all that. Well, especially
why I'm
Scorpio as well. Brilliant. Well, that's advanced, Rob. Yep. I think it's a great time. Well, you've got to purge, don't you know? New moon in Scorpio invites one to purge, and with Mars Uranus, it's probably a lot easier, you know, because it's hard to get things away from that Scorpio energy. So yeah, wherever it lands in your chart, it's a good time to get rid of everything that just doesn't serve one anymore. So
get rid of toxic relationships as well.
Definitely.
So now's the perfect time to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Another thing in the new moon chart, it will be very interesting is about the Venus, because I think apparently at least Venus is like for last 10 couple days where there's no any planet in the air sign, and the Venus just finally moving into the Libra, and kind of that was the day they start to like in Israel and Palestine, they start to kind of what they call the ceasefire, not totally, but they have allowed 4 hours or something to allow, you know, humanitarian work, and then something. It's quite interesting that Venus, because, well, the only aspect to the new moon is the Venus is kind of a widely formed a kind of a, you know, semi-square. And yes, with
Mercury.
Yeah.
Sextile to Mercury, which is really nice. But you're right. Yeah, it's the only planet in air, which which is lovely, Venus and Libra, and sextile to Mercury is really good for negotiations. So hopefully, it will pick that up. It is a good time to, So even that new moon trine to Neptune is the resolution is a call for some peace or some, you know. So there are great signatures there. But the Mars Uranus, I mean, this is what's so manic about this new moon. It's really full on, and then it's not, and then it's you know. And I think you know, and you can feel that even in the UK about this particular issue, the protests, the government, the police, everything. You know, there's it's interesting. You know, it has all the signatures, this new moon, for some reconciliation or resolve. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, definitely. But I think what if we apply these Mercury sextile Venus in everyday's life? Any suggestion?
Say that again. Sorry, Rod. What did you ask?
Say, how could we apply these Mercury sextile Venus in our everyday's life? I mean, but as appear in the, you know, new moon chart. So, you know, how we use it? How could we, you know, make it manifested in our everyday's life?
Seal the deal.
Seal the deal. And Christina, what do you think?
So I think when we apply this semi-sextile between Venus and Mercury would be maybe not get offended, have a more light-hearted approach towards life, because the opposition is already challenging. On a more personal level, what I see with my students at university is that they are dissatisfied with their grades, and they are appealing. They want to be re-examined again, and this happened on this day. So they're really interesting dynamics to observe, and definitely this semi-sextile shows us to be more lighthearted, don't
Yeah.
take ourselves too seriously,
Mhm.
and maybe have some more diplomatic approach from
Mm,
Venus in Libra. It will really help us
Mm,
go
mm,
forward.
yeah.
yeah.
It was very, yeah. Uh, I think what's very interesting about this Mercury in the Sagittarius, and while we have the whole stellium in the Scorpio and opposite the Uranus, and that everything is like a very crazy and extreme. But the Mercury in the Sagittarius is there, say, very idealistic. And my opinion is that we should all calm and sit down and doing this and doing that. And there's a lot of great idea. And then the Venus is there saying, yeah, let's go sit down. But then it was like, no, we couldn't.
And then you get the big long stories of the Mercury and Sag, perhaps, which is, but again, like Christina says, it's light-hearted. It's, it brings it brings something quite different than that heavy new moon, I think. Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
And
It
there's
is.
also an unaspected Jupiter in Taurus at the moment, and it's unaspected I think it's unaspected till about the 30th of November. So
Mhm.
that Mercury in Sag ruled by an unaspected Jupiter in Taurus. So I think you're gonna get a few, I'm gonna I'd love to hear a David Cameron speech about why he's come back into government. It's gonna be, that's the sort of thing I think you're gonna hear. But again, it's sort of I don't know how the money markets are faring at the moment, but there may be
Mhm.
some, ups and downs and all that with this with the ruling the Mercury sextile Venus.
Yeah.
Again, it's quite different energy than that new moon conjunct Mars opposite Pluto. So it's so different. And I think so you're going to get different things happening on
Mhm.
both. It's going to be flavored by both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It would be a very, very interesting month we can expect. Well, I think we are nearly run out of time because we're trying to keep this update very short. So, final things, if you have any word, any suggestion, any comment on the chart, or any advice. I don't know, I don't like advice, but you know any tips for this lunation month.
Listen to the right music.
Because the Mercury, no, because the Neptune.
And the Neptune. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say follow your gut feeling, trust your intuition.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. My suggestion is, you know what? If you don't want to break down, break through.
Oh, wonderful. Love that.
Aw.
That is a steal from the who was that us. We all know that.
Great. No, that's cool. Good
Yeah.
advice. Yeah.
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 Okay. Thanks, everyone. And it is very interesting. And to be honest, it is our very first time, and we are also experienced this Mercury enter into Sagittarius square this Saturn. So we are trying to live streaming, but it doesn't work. So we have to record it.
Yeah.
So it's all written
Next
in the
time.
stars. Yeah, but I'm sure. Sorry. Yeah. It sounds very determinism, but no, we are not like that. But next time, I'm sure we're going to go for live stream podcast because I already tried, and that was like a cause. Christina said, "What are you doing?" Because it's a playing, it's a phone, and they're like, "Yes, because I'm a TikTok, so I don't have time for you." I'm just like that. That was so crazy. Then I realized because when I finished, I realized Christina already online. I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, I
Okay,
even
right.
tried
You've
to
done a great
sing
job, Rob.
to
Yeah,
capture Rod's attention.
and she was
I was
like,
successful.
"Yeah," she was like, "Oh, all right, then thanks
Good
everyone to
example of the
join us."
Mercury Venus.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Well, okay, thanks everyone to join us, and see you
Thanks,
next month.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.